Hello, welcome to My Startup TV. We are on Founder Talk Show. My Startup is the world's first web television dedicated to entrepreneurship and startups. If you want to find what's happening, the latest, the daily buzz in startup community, this is the show you want to be on. I'm your host, majorsunilshetty. Today, my guest is Vamshi Krishna, founder of Pragadas Technologies, the company that is into building various solutions, technologies for using technology for startups. Let's quickly, dive into it and check what Pragadas Technology is all about. Vamshi, welcome to the show.
Hey, hi, sir. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. So, Vamshi, quickly, just let us let our viewers know as to what Vamshi Krishna, a bit about yourself.
Okay, perfect. So, hi, I'm Vamshi, and I have a decade experience in technology, doing all products, basically building products, and to ERP domain. And then after that, working with US clients, then started off working with my product coming into Indian economy, right? We are booming. So I want to build products for Indian customers. So I started my company, Pragadas Tech, in which we do a lot of innovation in terms of products. And this is basically for our Indian customers in different domains. One is ScanNHelp, which is basically helpful for lost and find, as well as for the safety purposes for children and for elderly people. And the other product is Local Mart, which is helpful for the local vendors to scale their businesses online and have their digital presence and sell their product within the same range. And the other product is on pay for skill. This is like, we are planning to build bridge a technology gap between the people that are coming out of the college towards the requirement that is for the companies, right? So there is a lot of gap between that two people, like, two bridges, right? Our goal was to bridge the gap between those two guys. So by building a platform basically for the skilled person, like if I'm having a good technology expert, I should get a job. That should not be tough for me to get a job if I'm really technical knowledge, right? So we want to bridge those gaps. And like this, not only one, but we are building a chain of multiple projects and products also for end customers, like for within our every community in different side, for students, for entrepreneurs, and for ordinary people, and all. Like this is all what we started. We have a lot of vision to make a community, a very good community, like, having good people around us to help all the people. And we want to make a bigger change. And technology, we don't want to be Indians to be as end users, but instead we want to be the entrepreneurs to build something in India, made in India, make for India. So basically for Indians. That's my goal.
As a founder, what was that got you into entrepreneurship? Many of them, you're already 5+ years old startup. So if you could just share a bit of that, your personal journey as to what made you get into entrepreneurship.
So basically, in right now, everybody, right? So we all hear a buzz about startups. Everything, like any new startup, like Zepto became a bigger one, $1 billion company, and everything becomes bigger. But that not happen in a night. It takes time. It takes its own sweet time, right? The major thing is the entrepreneurship is something that you should not only think about it, we should be in it when you sleep. Every time when you think about it, right? You should be part of your DNA, that you should feel that I should be doing something for the community. And other thing is basically when our mindset, when we start our when from the beginning of the childhood, right? Our goals would be something, I want to work in an MNC company. I want to do a good a job. I want to become a hierarchy and become lead, senior lead, tech lead, and then the CEO. But basically everybody is interested in entrepreneurship, but nobody really takes a dare step to get into it, right? Because the challenge is we don't know there are so many pros and cons. It's not that easy. Entrepreneurial journey is not easy. You know, to sacrifice a lot. So that's why I thought of doing all this. I want to take a step, and I did quit my job and started an entrepreneurial journey. And I'm seeing a lot of differences in me as an individual, that an entrepreneurship is really not easy, but still, if you have a zeal to grow, we can surely make it and happen, dreams come true. So that's how my entrepreneurial journey started, working on a tech company, from there building my own company for the products.
So now coming to your startup itself, you offer multiple products, right?
Correct.
In the last 5 years, how has been the evolution of your company? I mean, have you pivoted from where you started? What was the challenge within the company?
So the common challenges that we come across is all about like you need to have a good team. Like you need to build the teams, not that by default everybody is good technical or functional, or they're not like that. We need to build them from beginning, right? We normally have freshers in our team, mostly freshers in our team, where we take care of them as a family. And I talk to them and they call me Anna. Everybody calls me brother, because that's how I build relations with the team, and they also stick with me for the longer duration. Is because of that reason. Like it's like your family is doing something good, and I want to encourage my brother to get it part of it, right? So along with that, our clients are more supportive when you're working with them, right? They feel same thing, like you're responsive, not being in the same time zone, but still you're responsive, and we hear to their ears, right? When they talk, we have a listening ears always from our team. Their problem is our problem. So we take care of the customers better, and they also encourage us to be, as although we're a startup company, right? They build a trust in us. They want to stick along with us for a longer duration, because all it's about trust. And one thing that I follow in throughout my career and throughout my startup also is teamwork makes dream work. That's the main tagline that I always follow, which is it's not like I cannot do myself, I cannot do anything. I need a team to build and achieve a common goal, common dream of making India better. So our goal is that, and we are striving towards that to complete an mission. Our mission was that.
Great. While I was going through your website, we found multiple products, and and my team was researching. And the thing that caught our attention was, your product, which is a scan and find.
And
So, I would like to, yeah, I would like to understand what is it all about? What's the concept here?
so here, this is the product came up with a real situation that I came into across when I was a kid. Went to Nampally exhibition. We all know the greatest exhibition of hyderabad is that. So I was a kid with my family, mother and aunt and everybody. So during this, right, we normally go kid, they do shopping and we focus on something else when I'm kid. So I was going somewhere and I lost my parents. Like I did not find them at that immediate moment, right? So I don't know their phone number, I don't know the contact number and all. But what I felt was I went to the station, asked them, like, I was crying for a long time, and then somebody found me. I'm crying, and they took the announcement station. They found me, and they tried for a long term, and then my mother and father came back and picked me up. So this was when I was like 20 years, 25 years back, like that. Now yesterday, recently, like yesterday, day before yesterday, I went to Sunday. I went to Nampally exhibition. Yes, I saw the same scenario. So many announcements, like we found a children. Whose children is this? Like this guy is his parent is Ramu, his parent is Rajesh, something like that. The system did not change yet after 25 years also. So our use case basically was for children in like temples and all in Tirupati and all, right? We find this common because it's too crowdy. We may have a lose of grip for the children also. So if somebody got lost, we want them others to help them out to find it rather than going to the police or doing that. How is that simple? Our solution ScanNHelp for children was one of the use case that we're trying to solve. We give them the tags, wristbands in the beginning of the when they start their journey, and the response will be with them. And whenever they find it lost, the child is crying, not able to find their parents, they just scan that QR code on that, which the person who found this children will just scan, and they get the parent info and then easily connect with them and give. Instead of knowing the contact numbers, having a little more cumbersome process, we want to make it simplified. And the other use case that we're trying to solve is on the patients with having Alzheimer's or fits, who really cannot keep always the cards with them, or they may not keep everything hanging board with them, right? We give them the tag special for them, which they found like Alzheimer's, they forget their houses and all in use cases like that, but they often go out. And fits patient, they don't know when the fits will come, right? They need to go to doctor, as well as they need to connect their relatives or whoever is responsible for them. The tag is helpful for them. Just to scan the tag of the patient, they find out the primary contact whom they need to reach out. They reach out to them and makes the things faster. Again, this is all with the help of community around us, good people community. So our goal was to build good people community also from whatever we are seeing. And lost and find was another use case, which is basically now there is technology has been evolved a lot much, that you have trackers for your electronic devices. Like say you have your laptop, not you have your mobile phone, you have a tracker. But as of now, also, if I lose my laptop somewhere, I cannot find it. There is no option for me to find out. Even somebody found it, wants to give me, there is no option, right? So we want to bridge that gap of lost and found by having our QR codes implemented on it, where device will be attached with a QR code with configured details. And the details, all details I was mentioning, it's all secure. So your details will never be out. Only when you find the item being lost, then only you mark it as lost and enter the details. So your details is always secure. And if somebody finds it and wants to give you back, you have an option now. After ScanNHelp, the major changes is earlier there is no option at all giving back. Now we are giving 50% chances of returning it back or getting it back. So that's how our ScanNHelp, from a real scenario, we bought it out as product, and we got a good traction also. Recently, we participated in a Founders Fest event, which 200 startup companies participated in it, and we were runner up for that. So out of all 200, we were second, which means we saw a traction from the audience as well as we got really good feedback from them. That's our
Well,
journey.
I must say, right now, your biggest case study or case use case is Kumbh Mela,
Yeah.
right? You guys be packing up your bag and moving to Kumbh, because I was there, on 13th January and 14th January
Hmm.
when Kumbh started 2 days. On the first 2 day, within the first 2 hours,
Hmm.
okay, I'm talking about, the Shai Snan started at 6 a.m.
Correct.
And then we were coming out by 8:30. Within that 2 hours, at least I heard over a dozen, announcement for lost and found. So I think, you still have,
Correct.
you still have time, because Kumbh is going to be till 26th of February. So you still have time to go and roll this out there, right?
I think
Because it
at
is
your correct.
No, definitely, because this is, and where else would you get an opportunity to try it out on lakhs of people, lakhs of people every single day, right?
Exactly.
So it would be a great case, use case, and also for you to test your device and test your tools and everything else. So the other good thing I liked was, it's not just limited to children. It's also for elderly aged people, right? Because at Kumbh, as I said, there are a lot of aged and elderly who are like people, families were struggling with, right? If they're lost, especially when there's huge crowd, right? So
Exactly.
it becomes difficult. I think that's a great tool that you're talking about, and I'm just thinking, taking the thought forward. Think of all these kids who go to school, right?
Hmm. Correct.
Why not? Wearing, with the QR code. So
Correct.
how does the QR code thing integrate? If you could talk about the technology a bit.
So okay. So technology that we used here was completely in latest and greatest, which is in Python, because now we're building AI connected to it, right? So Python integrated with mobile uh, React JS, which is in the front end. And down the line, we're also planning to integrate with blockchain. The reason being, it's more secure. The information that you see out, right? It is outreach. Like, once the server crashes, you get the out information out, right? So we don't want that to happen. So we want to use technology latest blockchain to be integrated to this for the information storage, where the person who is logging in knows the information and the system knows that nobody can access the information with keys. We generate tokens for each information instead of having it in plain text or plain formats. So tokenization is what we're planning to implement. So that once it's done, will be one of its kind of storing the data by itself as a procedures. So I think that's what our goal is, to make sure we build trust in people, like, our information is secure by technology, as well as, making this a viable product for them too.
And how easy is it to use? Is it just you download,
Yeah.
install, and start using it, like
So
scan using mobile phone?
exactly. It's in quick 3 steps. One, you buy stickers from our website called ScanNHelp.com. You buy it and we deliver it to you. So in pack of 4 or pack of 6, and we deliver it to you. And it takes hardly 2 minutes, 2 minutes only, where you scan the QR code. It opens a page to enter your information, like a login registration page. You register your product, and that's it. Within 2 minutes, your product is configured. That's it. And second step is, once you lost your product, right? You attached to a laptop bag and you lost it somewhere. Then you what you'll do is you'll go to our website and then log in with your username, password, whatever you configured, and mark it as lost. And then you give your details, which is like your name, full name, address, and reward amount, and then submit. So the main thing is when you're registering the product, you do not need to give any of your details. So which means it's all secure because there is nothing that you're giving it to it. Once you mark it as lost, which means it's lost, right? Then only you go into that and give your details. So only at that situation, whichever product is lost, then only you're entering the details. Otherwise, it's not. So in that way, everybody need not enter any details in the beginning stage. Only when it's lost, you enter details and they'll find it. Others, whoever finds it, they'll scan it and know the information. Up to that, no information is stored, nothing is there.
And you said, stickers. So these stickers typically you want people to wear on them, or is it a sticker that you attach to a object? If you
Yeah.
could just talk about.
Yeah, sure. How it works is basically we have different type of stickers, which is one a QR code sticker with like for bags and for laptops, wallets, and different sizes. And then you attach that to their devices, valuables, whatever you think you're valuable. Like laptop is my valuable thing. I want to keep it to there. I want to keep it to my bags, files, and also wallet. Different sizes are there. You stick it to it, and you the safety stickers are for helmets, and also for the bags, like for the vehicles, like for the cars, bigger stickers, and for the bikes, smaller stickers, and different sizes are there where you attach for that. The wearing is only for the children's or parent, the elderly people, like wristbands. Bands, you have it, right? It will be in types of bands, which will be for a longer time, and which can be one-time usage or multi-usage also, which is one time you tear it and then leave it. In terms of, as I mentioned, use case of going to a Napoli exhibition or going to an Tirupati, some situation like that, on Kumbh something like that. If they want to keep it for temporary purposes, right, they keep it and then tear it and leave it. That's gone. Simple. Use and throw kind of thing, as well as a permanent bands. Like, bands will be there, which you always have a sticker and that has a track in it, like trackers. And down the line, we're also implementing the trackers, the low cost trackers. And we are working with some companies in India for getting manufactured with our technology in it.
And with AI being the flavor,
Correct.
and thanks to DeepSeek, it has kind of galvanized the discussion around AI. So in your organization, what role does AI play in your products?
AI has made it's revolutionized the way that how people think, and it only automates the process and makes things better. Like in our use case, say if a developer needs to write a code, he needs to take at least it takes 1 or 2 days minimum, at least to write any basic code, right? Now we are using some technology called bold.new, which generates the complete website in just 2 minutes. It's like earlier there used to be 5 minutes Maggie, right? Before you cook a Maggie, you have a website ready. Before you do anything, React app is ready, right? It's within a fraction of minutes, you're getting things done, and the productivity increases, and the cost of building the systems will come down drastically from 80% up to 80%. Because earlier you used to spend 2 weeks, you're charging customer 2 weeks amount. Right now it's going to be like 1 day maximum to do roll out the things. And again, at this point, we're still being end users, like whoever somebody built in, like say for example GPT is built in US, and DeepSeek is built in China, kind of things are still, they are building something and we are using it as of now. But something like in India also, we want to build something in native to Indian, and somebody globally can use our product for AI is down the line. We have goals for that too. But AI, I think, is making, again, AI cannot replace humans for sure. It cannot replace, but it will make things happen faster. It will reduce the workforce. It will reduce the workforce for sure. So if you used to have 10 employees, you can do the work in 2 employees, but it will not replace humans, because still you need to have a human mind to think if it's correct or not, implement it, and there are so many things. Yeah.
You also have other products in offering. So if you could talk a little bit about each of your product, like you have Pay for Skill, Globe Market. So if you could just talk about those products as well.
So when we have an idea, like our product earlier, the Glocal Mart is one of the idea that we came across around 2017, where there is no Zepto or nothing at this point. At that point, it was not there, and the idea that the challenge that we had was Amazon was doing the deliveries at 7-day delivery with 7 days. So then the idea came as, why not, if I'm ordering an item like a phone or cable, if I have a dealers nearby, right, a shops nearby, just I can go down and buy a cable. Rather, if I'm ordering there, the chances are like, the price might be low, or why to go down and get it is my two options only, right? Price low, or why should I go down and get it? Instead, I can order it from just handy, right? But it took 7 days earlier. Then our thought came, why not integrate local vendors as a group to come online and they deliver products to their customers within their range. So our scope was very simple. If I need to buy a product, like say same iPhone cable, I can buy the product best in our website, just online, submit online. And who gets the request is maybe any vendor nearby 5 kilometers radius only will get the request, and they'll be able to deliver the product for me in like less than an hour. That was the goal. And we are actually helping the local vendors to sell our products online. So for example, if there is a niche market, so I'm selling uh, the artifacts, like the main artwork and all, right, which I can sell globally, but they are local vendors, like they're small vendors. They want to, we can make them live next, like within a day. We can make them live within a day, where they take photos, upload it online, and anybody can buy it from online and they deliver it. So for a smaller shop in Bajpalli, where I live, towards somebody in Nalgonda, all throughout wherever it is, they can buy products from a local vendor, small vendor, which they have a niche. We are encouraging vendors using this product. And I think that's picking up well, but there is competitive market here, but still uh, we call it as a second mover advantage, not the first mover. First mover is already taken. We call it as a second mover advantage, where the institutes are right now, all the big players are playing in the major cities, but our goal was also to go to the secondary cities, because they also need to go their business. They also will change the mindset of building things, right? To go for Nalgonda or Surapet or Vijayawada or any Vizag, somewhere like this, and counter there as a second and not first of its kind. So that's on this. Yeah. And other product.
So the all these, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No. Continue. Ask question. Yeah.
I said all these services that you offer, whether it is Scan and Help or Glow Market, all these are subscription based or they are products that you have to purchase.
So ScanNHelp is a one-time purchase. We don't charge them again, as long as the stickers, if they fade away, right? They go off and then they buy again, but we don't charge subscription on it. And Glocal Mart is a subscription product, which is less than 1,000 rupees for a vendor per month. So they can easily give a try if that works or not, and they have that works and all. They can give a try. Pay for Skill is our futuristic product, which is using generative AI, and all the AI concept, whatever is included, it's for that, because it is for the larger audience. It's basically for three audience that we can use. One is all the college students or who is looking for a job. Second, which is a bigger market. And second, freelancing person who are already expertise in their area. They are looking for an alternative job that they want to look for, like freelancing work. And recruiters who can find the real talent from the pool of, say, 100,000 people or 1 lakh, 10 lakh people. They'll find niche 10 people. I want only 10 people who are required, who fulfill my requirement, right? Those kind of people, we find it and give it to them. That's our niche. So we only give who are qualified people for that role, not like any portal that we get 100 resumes, 200 resumes. We don't do that. Our platform will only enable them to get only 10 resumes in which everybody is qualified for the job, is what we do. Because that involves a lot of AI training and all. Yeah.
Viewers, do subscribe to our channel. We are world's first and only dedicated web television for startups and entrepreneurs. Every evening, we bring uh, founders like Vamshi Krishna and thought leaders who share their insights, who share their lessons, who share their experiences with you. So, Vamshi, as a founder, what was the hardest lesson that you've learned or experienced during your 7 years entrepreneurial journey?
So one thing is dependability, right? We call it dependency. So what I felt was, as a startup founders, right? Normally what we do is, if you are not working hard and you want your team to work hard, it's not going to happen. You should first do yourself and then ask your team to work with you. It's not like you give instructions and they like you expect them to work day and night and get it for you. No, I'm not. I'm not expecting that. So first thing is you should work really hard than anybody, because any founder's dream cannot be a employee's dream, because we dream for something bigger, that something bigger impact to happen as a founder, and we expect our team to work same as me and all things that they want to sacrifice, your happy life, you sacrifice everything for you. They may not do it. So what you need to do is first you do it, and then let them see whatever. If you are closer to a vision, you can only drive the vision, but not this dream. You cannot make the same people work for you for lifelong for the same dream. So I found that in an entrepreneurial journey. So, and second thing is you always should have an idea of what you're doing along with your team members. That brings you out. Some if you're working in a smaller companies, right? That is a common thing that happens. Like when you are founder, just for namesake, you are in the game and you ask your team members to do everything, and suddenly they leave, right? You are left with nowhere. Like, you'll not have an option. What happens here, that, and all. As a founder, I think at least as a now tech founder, everybody is tech founders, not like you have a lot of money put into it and then you become a founder. You never be like that. We are all tech founders where you have already coming up with the technology, you have expertise in it. At least have an idea of what your team is working on and what products you're building. So that will make you stronger and make decisions wiser.
So, as a founder, share your own personal experience of challenge that you faced.
So yeah, mine was the same thing. Like one of the example that I was when I had to build the product, right? So we built ScanNHelp, and then it was completely depending upon other person, which is building Python, Django, as I mentioned. So now I was not aware of the technology earlier, and then I was completely dependent upon him, and he used to reply me only when it's required, right? Like sometimes on and off, and whenever his time is there, we are ready for that to be getting done, right? In that case, what happened was now we are in a moment like we need more help, and I need to put more hands on it to get it done. So it's earlier when I was there, when I started, it was completely dependable upon others to get it done. Now I am free, like, and I'm doing my own things, and as well as I'm taking care of the development, as well as I can guide team. I found it in a hardest way once I was in a pause state, in a full stop. Nothing is moving forward because the person is not available, right? That's a worst thing that can happen is you're depending completely on others. Your company's goal is depending upon one employee or two employees, like that is what I felt in a hardest way, that you should always be ahead of time and come up with alternatives quickly and get moving forward.
Perfect. And as a company, what's your next plan? I mean, where do you plan going to? Are you going to launch some new products? Or are you going to build up what you have currently? What are your plans?
So our goal was basically right now, this 25 is going to be a transforming year for me and for our company, because we are putting all our efforts and time in it to make it bigger in terms of the scalability of how our products is going to make the changes throughout the community, because basically all the people around us, how that's making a real impact. And earlier it was in beta stages. Right now we want to make it general availability and see how it impacts, and we would like to move forward with AI. And earlier I was mentioning the futuristic thing that everybody's talking about, and also we should be in three boxes: past, present, and future. So now unlearn the past, which I've already done it. Like I've learned something in all these 12 years, right? I've unlearned that. I'm learning new for the future. So I'm, as an entrepreneur, right, I feel like there is something bigger things that we are already doing it right now. Actually, there is one more thing. It doesn't matter how big your team is, but how efficient your team is really matters for us. So as of now, our team is very efficient and getting things done quicker. So I was really hoping so sooner we'll launch so many products. And in AI, we are going to make a bigger impact on building AI agents. So as of now, we did not start, but we are thinking about that direction of building agents, which will make things happen faster. As I'm mentioning, right? 10 employee count to 2 employee count can be done through agents. Remaining 8 can be your agents too. So we're planning building that.
So let me change the conversation a bit and take it towards deep seek. And we
Okay.
all been hearing been trending, right?
Yeah.
One of the, when I read the news, the first thing that came to my mind was, India is seen or known as the IT powerhouse. Why why don't we build something like that, or why didn't we build something like that?
So that's a good question. So you know that India is known for its IT, and everybody looks towards it as a service-based IT, right? Not building products, because all the services for US or all the countries that they look forward for us, you're the best in doing services, which you are fulfilling somebody's job, their product. You're taking care of the services and you're doing it for them. The product mindset is really different from a service mindset from the beginning. So the reason being, service mindset is basically customer centric. When you're talking about services, right? Services is nothing but whenever some product is, you buy a product and you had a problem with it, and then you guys come into picture, help desk and all comes in. Like everybody, if you see, we call it as a help desk, or India is a help desk. That's what we got. But the product, why we don't come into products, is because most of the companies are not willing to get into products, building products. The reason being, products, you're not seeing return on investment at all in few years. So it's not like, it's not you're playing, you have a billable resource. In products, you'll not have a billable resource at all. You're building a product and nothing is billable at this initial stages. So when companies are willing to put money and time in non-billable resource for research, building a product requires a lot of researchers going through articles, spending hours and hours in just one small topic. But services, you have a billable resource, you know the technology from day one, every hour counts. I'm talking to you, right? So hour, and I'm talking to customer hour. Every hour counts, and every hour count with billable amount, they get money. But whereas products, right? You need to do a lot of sacrifices for the product and you never get anything. You'll not see the light also. Because we, as in our company also, we build so many things, but we may not see light of some of the products. That's why every company are hesitant to build some products rather than stick with services, which is a proven model. We'll surely get money when you go for services. We'll never know if I invest whatever money into products, I'll never know that I'll get back or not. That's the mindset that entrepreneurs are really having, of not taking forward on products rather than coming into services. That's the thing I think of.
Also, do you think also there is this, even the investors probably are not very keen on investing into something which where you innovate, develop a product, and then the gestation period is too long.
Too long.
Is
Yeah.
that also a reason why entrepreneurs tend to stick to something where you can immediately get, returns on your investment?
Exactly. That's what I was mentioning, right? So see, every investor that they want to put some money on it, on the table, right? They look for what will I get it back, is the quick thing, right? For fastest possibility. For building something which is more innovative, new, kind of it's new, it's going to take so much time. Now, if you see, any product is not built within night. It's not. Even ChatGPT that you discuss or DeepSeek, there is a lot of research that went into so many years. We are only seeing the tip of the iceberg, which is nothing but on the top, you see only small, but within that, there is larger network that happened. So that we never see, right? So we see a startup founder stories, lot many stories like Zepto has been done, Facebook is there, and there are so many failure products that they built that nobody knows about, right? So that's how the real entrepreneurship also happens. Is investors also look into that in terms of ROI. How soon can we get our money doubled? How soon can we get our money tripled in the pattern? When you're building something innovative, there is no value that you can tell. You need a lot of validations, and you never know if it comes out as if it can see the light or not. You will never know. That's the reason any entrepreneur you go, they go for the proven model. Proven model is nothing but already a product is there. I want to build a second product for it, which is already there. The bigger market is there and second product is there, right? So even for us also, that same challenge came, because when we came up with the local mart idea in 2017, where nothing is there, we were we were not doing that because we were in a safe zone, not getting into it because we don't have money to invest, and we cannot put all the things in one table, right? We don't never know if this idea works. Now we are late in the game, where Zepto and all the now if you see down the line, Amazon is coming into quicker market, quick commerce. all the big players are coming into commerce, right? So then we are already late the game, right? So now if we build something new also, it will be in a last out of all the rows. So the timing is important, but investors will not see the impact a long-term view. So the bird's eye view is what they'll not never see. That's the reason also.
So, as a startup, do you raise any fund, be it seed or series fund? And if yes, what were the challenges? And if you have not, why?
So not yet. We did not start anything. We are bootstrapped from our side. The reason being, we really want to make impact and then shout out instead of something like, never have something, just going with an idea, we can do this and not. And it's again, how you we want a person who can see our vision same, like, we want the same vision, and it's not money that we want, but we want a person who can think of in our same direction, and we want to show something that we really made impact, rather than we have this idea, can you please invest. We not go for pitching also yet, we not pitch anything yet. That's why we not go. But down the line, when we prove something and we really need funds on pay for skill, the bigger applications like that, which really makes impact throughout the globe, we surely need to go with that product in a large funding and seed funding and all. We are planning for it, but not now. It's going to take some time. Once we have a prototypes and to the general availability closer to it, is what we raise the funds for scaling purposes. We are planning to use for scaling purposes if it goes for.
So, what the benefit of aspiring entrepreneurs? I would like to understand, if you did have any mentors or did you taken support of an incubation center, and how was that journey if you did?
It was all that we started with our young entrepreneur mindship. So we did not take any mentorship yet. So but we get a guidance from our, how products. I've been seeing the product build from my career as a fresher. When I joined a company, there that was startup company, and there we started learning how things works in a scalable manner. Like, we have a boss where I was second person to learn from him, and I've seen him very close how things works and what doesn't work. I've been into all the hurdles. Like, it's a roller coaster ride, obviously, right? Because every time you'll not see the positive side. You need to go ups and downs to make you stronger. So I saw a lot of things going down and coming up. And from there, I felt what can be done to come across this. And I became stronger from my past company to start my own company and take it from there. So my boss was my inspiration. He was my mentor to make this happen and achieve my lot of goals.
Because you started off after your education, you went into took up a job, and then you came to entrepreneurship.
Yes.
If you have to advise, students out there who are watching this program, would you tell them immediately after college jump into entrepreneurship, or take up a job, get some experience, and then start up?
So yeah, my advice is basically I was of the same kind when I tried looking for jobs when in 2013. I felt like, same thing, I have ideas and all this, building a startup and all. I had that plans from there. But, you know, building startup is really a journey that you need to go through all hurdles, right? So first you need to experience somebody taking risk, not you. Like, when you're an employee, you'll not take risk. It's not a risk for you. Entrepreneur who's employing you is taking risk, all the risk. Either it's profit, loss, everything is his risk. So first you should learn from his mistakes rather than you taking mistakes and doing it, right? So I suggest, first, if you are very energetic to build something new, still join a startup. I suggest going, if you are going with an entrepreneurial mindship, right? Mindset, join a startup rather than MHC, because startup you'll learn a lot. You are the same person who will be doing coding. You're the same person who will be talking to client. You're the same person doing the digital marketing. You're the same person going out printing the banners. You're the same person doing everything from starting to end. That kind of exposure you'll never get in your own company, because you'll never know what you need to do. At least you look for somebody making some mistakes, you learn from that mistakes, and you'll rectify that in your journey. So that's why I suggest, if somebody is really interested in building startups or really energetic and enthusiastic to get it started, I suggest joining into a startup company, and then build their own entrepreneurial journey later, is my point.
And also being part of taking up a job with a startup, as you said, you have to wear multiple hats, do multiple roles, and do a lot of work. Apart from that, you also build amazing network, isn't it? Because as a startup you are everywhere, right? You might be
Exactly.
going for a pitching event, you might be attending a startup event, maybe a big mega show, so you develop connects also.
Connects. Exactly. That's absolutely right. Because the more you are outside your office, the more connects you get it. Not like when you are into a small zone of working as an employee, you're connecting with your team members, which is common mindset. You always will be discussing about, okay, I have a problem in this code, can you rectify it? I have a problem in this escalation, can you look into it? Is what you normally talk when you're with the same team members within the same company. But when you go out for networking, right? Everybody will talk about their own experiences and their own products and with different mindset. That makes a bigger impact in your mind. Okay, I'm doing something right, I'm not doing something right, there is areas of improvement, and that is really a game changer for you when you're working basically startup. And they give you opportunities too, because nobody in a startup would like to keep things to themselves, because the more you keep, the burden will be more for them, and they cannot take it. So they want to spread the equal distribution, so that you take care of this and you take responsibility of this, and kind of it's sharing. Right now our team is also same like that. For our founder fest, as I mentioned, right, everybody, nobody, when we start, nobody knows marketing. They are doing marketing. And my wife, she and I was doing reels, like for promoting our product and put in an Instagram. and and my colleagues, they went out for taking printouts, they took printouts and they were doing stapling and all the other activities. Then they came to know, okay, it's not that easy to do things in a shorter time. And when it's smaller company, right, you'll be very fast doing things. It's not like there is no bureaucracy. You don't need a lot of approvals. Vamshi, should I do that, or can you please approve? It's not like that. You try it out. If it fails, let's do another one. It's that quick. So there are so
Definitely, startups are known for agility, right? You're agile, you move faster,
yeah,
you're flexible. So,
yeah.
Vamshi Krishna, as a founder, what kind of founder are you? I mean, are you somebody who takes risk, encourages your employees, go build something new, take a risk? No, it doesn't matter if it's going to fail. Or you're somebody who's conservative, saying, hey, go slow, let's build one thing at a time. What kind of founder are you?
No, I'm like a particular person. I'm not at all conservative. I'm an open guy. Like you come up with an idea. A recent example was today. Uh, 6 months candidate. We are some one person joined 6 months ago, and he was building. Now a Srinagar. And he was building something. And I have 12 years experience in the same domain. I was just listening to him. He gave me an idea. Vamshi, why not do this? Okay, this is really good. Let's implement that. So I really don't think like always ideas come from top to bottom. It always comes from down to up also. Always. It should be flowing up and down, left and right, all together. Because now there is no, the technology has bridged the gap of experience and non-experience. You have to try. Because now trying is not like hours, and it's not months of activity. It's like fraction of second you try it. If it doesn't work, change the gears. That's what we did. We started with local mart, immediately changed the gears, went into ScanNHelp and working on it, and then building something on ScanNHelp that works. Again, we never know which works, right? So we are keep on trying out different things parallelly. So our team is also flexible. Today they'll learn something new, tomorrow they are learning something new. So it's happening every day. We have an energetic team that comes to office, and they come with a lot of ideas. I want to do this, do it.
That's really nice to hear that. That's really nice to know that. So, finally, what's the message you have for entrepreneurs out there, budding entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs, aspiring entrepreneurs?
So one advice that I would like to give for everybody is keep chasing your dreams, and also treat your employees, they're not employees at all. That what we believed in my past company was a family. The reason being is only when your family in this start beginning, right? It's like you're building your own family. Like when I get married, I'm having my wife, and I'm accommodating their family too, right? Similarly, you're building a startup is nothing but it's a family that you want to start with, right? Which you'll spend a lot of time in the company. You have to spend a lot of time, and everybody needs to contribute more. So don't treat employees as an employees with just transactional basis. Just maintain a good relation with them, and they also will treat you as good equally, and they'll surely give their best. And also don't stop any ideas that comes in from anywhere. As I mentioned, ideas can come from anywhere. So small idea also can make a bigger impact in the product or anything that you're building. Also, the third one is build products. Services are good. Like, services are always good because that brings you revenue for the company. But building products is something that gives you immense pleasure. And when you're helping a lot, lakhs and hundreds and thousands of customers in real life, right? They always think about you. How one of the best examples is Tata. Tata's has built great. Now, anywhere that you go, they made impact from small salt towards airplanes, right? They are into everything, and they build trust. So that's how we also, everybody should aspire that Indian companies building that kind of quality and great aspiration for the others also throughout the globe. Again, they should look for us. Okay, Indian company has made bigger impact. We should be the users of that company. Is something that we need to build. So I hope all the best for everybody and keep chasing your dreams, and everything will be good.
Thank you, Vamshi. Thank you for joining us this evening on our Founder Talk show. We look forward to hosting you again, probably this weekend when we do a panel discussion on DeepSeek. Thank you, viewers. Thanks for joining. Do subscribe to our channel. Support us by subscribing to our channel. We are world's only web television that covers startups and startup ecosystem. Join us every evening at 8 p.m. for interesting talks, journeys like Vamshi Mohan's, Vamshi Krishna's, founders, startup founders, and enablers. Thank you. Thank you very much for joining.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to My Startup TV.